Hi there, my name's John Carini, and I'm here to perform this webinar today on switching from Salesforce to iCRM, hopefully. I have a few slides to show, and then we'll do a live demo of iCRM with Gmail and Outlook, both, as well as the iCRM product itself. Let me just bring up that PowerPoint. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so just a little bit about us first. Our company's called iEnterprises, and we actually invented CRM inside of your inbox in the 1990s, believe it or not, and we've been doing it ever since. It's really amazing to me that a lot of the other vendors haven't gotten this right yet. Won all sorts of awards. I'm actually here in Chatham, New Jersey, in my home office still, and we do have an office in Europe and Asia as well. We've won all sorts of awards over the years, as you can see by this screen, and we have lots of customers, both big and small. Mostly larger customers are here on the screen, but we have plenty that are smaller, especially our iCRM customers. So we provide email integrations for several popular CRM solutions, and we also offer our own solution called iCRM. So I know many of you have Salesforce.com, and you're probably using our connector for Salesforce.com, which integrates Gmail and Outlook with Salesforce. And that's great, and we'd love to keep you as that customer, but we actually have our own CRM as well called iCRM or iEnterprise CRM, and that comes with the Gmail and Outlook integration, as well as everything else we offer at one price. We don't play games with pricing, and I'll actually show the pricing and talk about it towards the end. And then we also offer integrations for other CRMs like Dynamics and Oracle and Sugar, and soon we'll do NetSuite as well. So these are our current product offerings. And then here's why iCRM is better. It's a full-featured CRM that's super flexible. It's basically built into Gmail and Outlook. Everything works on mobile, even the email integration, which I will try to show if I have time. And we kind of do everything. If you buy iCRM and the list price is $34.95 per user per month, or $29.95 per user per month on an annual contract, we get it all set up for you. We'll import your data. We'll configure iCRM at no additional cost, basically set up all the custom fields. You won't have to hire an army of consultants to do that. We'll do it for you. And we sell it at one price. There's only one purchasable version of iCRM, and it has one price, and it includes everything. We won't try to upsell you the way other vendors do. We give you one price, and that's it. So you're probably here because you do a lot from your email, whether that be Gmail or Outlook. And obviously CRM needs to be embedded in your email, and that's exactly what we do. As I mentioned, we provide connectors for Salesforce and other CRMs, but we also have iCRM that's built right into your email. So basically it shows as a sidebar in both Gmail and Outlook, and you can use the entire CRM from within Gmail or Outlook. You can open anything, you can save emails to iCRM from Gmail or Outlook and link them to any lead, account, contact, opportunity, even custom objects. You can create leads, like you receive an email referral from someone. You can just create a lead in your CRM right from your email. And it has email templates where you can reply to emails really quick with canned templates. Super handy on mobile. I'll actually show that in a little bit. And then we actually provide, we call it social insights within email, and soon there'll be a social insights Chrome extension that works in Chrome and basically lets you navigate to any LinkedIn profile and save them as a lead or a contact in iCRM. So basically unlimited free LinkedIn leads. And that comes at the same price, that one price of basically $30 per user per month. We also have a background sync. So if you don't want to click to save the important emails and calendar items to your CRM, you can just turn on the automatic sync as well. And you can do everything from the Google or Outlook calendar as well. So everything I said about email is true of calendar. You can create calendar items, save them to the CRM and all that. And everything works on mobile, which I will demo. Basically, super handy. If you're out on the road, you get an email from someone, you can see what's going on inside iCRM right from your mobile device, and then even use email templates and reply to them, which I'll show in a second. So both the Gmail connector and the Outlook, the connector for Outlook and the connector for Gmail are super easy to install. They work in any browser or any Outlook client. So with respect to Gmail, it works in any browser, Chrome, Edge, Safari. It's not a Chrome plugin. It actually installs in the Google servers. So you can literally go to an airport, log in, and it'll just be there like in some kiosk. And it also shows on mobile. Outlook is called an Outlook add-in, and our product's in the Microsoft Marketplace. So if you search for iCRM in either Google Marketplace or Microsoft, you go get add-ins and then search for iCRM. You can install it and test it yourself. And again, in the case of Outlook, it works in any Outlook client, and that includes Mac, Windows, everything. It also works in a browser and any browser. So if you use the browser version of Outlook, that's absolutely fine as well. And it can be deployed in mass. So your admin can deploy it for loads and loads of users really easily. And we can help you with that. So a little bit more about iCRM before we get into the live demo here. I will mention there's actually a chat section in YouTube at the bottom right. And if you do have questions, we'll try to address them live. So please post them. It's at the bottom right there. And I will definitely try to address them before we leave the webinar. So it's a super flexible CRM, iCRM is, and it's kind of got everything that you would need, like accounts and contacts, activity. You can track phone calls, emails, opportunity management. We even have a module for subscription or recurring revenue. You have service tickets or cases, lead management, document management, products, call reports, and then underneath it all, there's workflow and process automation. So you can automate whether it be reminders or email messages or whatever it is really quickly and easily. And we also have custom modules and custom fields and a load of integrations as well. Most notably, the integrations that we do for Outlook and Gmail. And by the way, like my understanding is Salesforce is actually discontinuing their Outlook add-in, and they're going to mostly back-end functionality. So they don't actually show you, they're going to things that just like sync email on the back end and don't show you a lot in the user interface. And we kind of just do both, and we do it cheaper as well. If you wanted Salesforce Inbox, that's typically around $25 per user per month on top of what you're already paying for Salesforce, which is probably a lot. This is all included in iCRM. And then if you do want our connector for Salesforce, some of you are already using it, it's only $15 per user per month. So it's much less than the Salesforce connectors. So let's just talk about why you might switch to iCRM. As I mentioned, it's a full-featured flexible CRM built into email. Everything works on mobile, works in any browser. We get you up and running. I know I'm repeating myself here, but we import all your data. We configure iCRM, add custom fields, set it up the way you want. It's no additional cost. Any subscription, even if you're just on a monthly subscription, we help you get all this set up. We don't send in an army of consultants and expect you to pay $10,000 for configuration and setup. That's just not our thing. We think that CRM should be easy. You should be able to sign up, use it from within your email with no hassles and no big costs. It really is that easy when you're using CRM inside your email. And as I said, everything we offer is included at one price. And that price is $29.95 per user per month. And we will not upsell you. A lot of the other vendors, they'll give you a basic product, group edition or something, and then when you go to try to use it, they say, "Oh, do you want tires with that car? That's extra." And not only is it extra, it's like 2 or 3 times the initial price. They get you in low, and then they just keep on jacking you up. We do not do that. We have one product at one price, and that's it. Okay, so let's do the live demo. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get my face out of the presentation so there's more room. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I guess I have to be in the meeting to have the sound. So you're going to have to look at my little face. I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's get going here. I'll just go through this one more time again. If this is my Outlook and I have iCRM for Outlook right here, and if I open an email message from someone and this person is asking me about my products, it then recognizes that James, in this case, the person who sent the message, is actually inside iCRM already as a contact. And in its simplest form, I can just click one button, see this log email button, and I've logged this email. It's added to iCRM against James person and this company, right? If I want to take a look at that email and see that it really did get logged in iCRM, I can just open it in full screen and bingo, here is my iCRM window. and you can see that email is in fact logged. If it had an attachment, it would save the attachment as well. So it's pretty straightforward there. Let me move that back down real quick. Okay, I'll go back a little bit. And I'll just explore the screen a little bit more. When you do receive a message from someone, in addition to being able to log it against the person that it automatically detected, you can also link the email to other things in the CRM. So if I click this link, you'll see I can link it to an opportunity, a case. I can link it to anything basically in the CRM, even custom modules, right? So that's an option. And as I scroll down some more, you'll see that as I'm looking at this sidebar, I can see all my previous conversations. These are other email messages and phone calls and things with this person. If I go to this related tab, it actually shows me the social media links also for James, right? And I can click on his LinkedIn profile, for example, and open up his LinkedIn profile right here. And then there's also any other related items for this contact and company are just shown right here. So related items for including opportunities and subscriptions and cases. So everything's right here. It's right inside your email. So that's kind of the use case for when you get a message from someone that's already in the CRM. The other use case is when you get a message from someone that's not in the CRM yet, right? And what I'll do, just give me 1 second here. I'm gonna switch to Gmail, right? So now I'm in Gmail, right? So it works exactly the same way as Outlook. Basically, there's a sidebar here, and iCRM opens up, and it gives me, you know, what are today's tasks and all these things, and some recently viewed items when I'm sitting here in my inbox. But if I open up an email message, let me find one from, where is Wozni? I got one from James, Steve Wozniak, one of my favorite people. And if I open that message, you'll see that in the sidebar, it tries to detect whether Steve is actually in iCRM, and it says he's not, right? So you can see here, it says not found in iCRM, and it gives me the option to add this person as a contact or a lead in iCRM. It also shows the social media links down below. And for example, I could just click on Steve's LinkedIn profile, and it'll literally bring up Steve on LinkedIn just like that, really quick. So, so very handy. So this is a new lead. I just want to click here and add them as a lead. I click add, and you'll see that it actually starts to fill out the form automatically for me, right? It brings in Steve's first and last name. It also brings some information off LinkedIn. So it'll bring like the company name and some other information off LinkedIn, and you can just save it. It actually comes from a search of LinkedIn data, not LinkedIn itself. So you can just quickly add people to the CRM, correspond to that with them, right from within your email, and basically use your CRM while you're using your email. I'll also mention that that it pretty much works the same way in Outlook and Gmail, and it also works kind of the same way in the calendar as it does in email. So if you switch to the calendar, you'll see it comes up here. Like I can save an event on my calendar, and then I can just quickly all right. If I have an event on my calendar, I open it up. I can click on iCRM, and I can just add the event to iCRM right from here. So as you manage your calendar, you can also be using the CRM at the same time. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the email integration on mobile. So there's mobile apps for iCRM, right? And then there's also the Gmail mobile app, right? And here's the Gmail uh, desktop app, right? And you can see there was this message asking for product information, but maybe I'm not at my desk and I want to go out and do this on my mobile device. So let's see here. Here we go. Perfect. So here's my mobile device. And if I go, I'm in that same email message now on my mobile device. And if I click on the little eye icon at the bottom here, you'll see that it pops up iCRM for G Suite or for Gmail. Let me pop out and go back in here. And basically, I can get all the information right here on my mobile device. It's the same information that's in the sidebar here. And I can even do like a reply using an email template right from here on my mobile device. So it's really, really slick. Let's stop mirroring that. And let's take a look at iCRM in a browser now. So I'll come here, and when you come into iCRM, by default, it goes to this browser window here. Something I'll mention too, if anyone has any questions, please do put them in the chat window. I'd be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so just let me know. Happy to help. Okay, great. So this is the iCRM main interface, and you can see it opens to a dashboard by default, and everything you see here on this screen is completely configurable, so you can add little widgets and things. It shows your follow-ups, what you need to do today, has a little calendar, but you can also navigate around iCRM by clicking on these tabs. So for example, I've just clicked on an accounts tab, and I've navigated to a list of accounts. And we call these views. You can see your accounts many different ways. These views, as in, what fields show on this screen, are completely configurable. And then that's one way to navigate the system, is to click around. But another way is to use the universal search, of course. So you'd probably be going like, oh, I want to find ABC company. You just start typing in the search, ABC, and then click on it. It's the same thing as clicking here, right? If I click on this, but I will open up ABC company, and you'll see that that it shows me my company information, and it's what you would expect. It's like a name, address, a phone number, right? And then any related items I can see by clicking here, and this includes contacts and opportunities, everything kind of going on with this. So I'm back to the main account screen where the account name is and the main phone number and all that. And I just want to show you that every form inside the CRM is completely configurable, right? So if you click on this customize option here, this little wrench icon, while you're sitting on the account screen, for instance, it actually opens up the entire account form here. Remember, the account name was the first field on the screen, and then there was an account type. If I want to move a field, I can just drag it. If I want to add a field, I can just click this plus and insert a new field anywhere I want, or maybe I want to adjust, like this is a drop down. I can adjust the selectable values really quickly and easily. So you don't need an army of consultants to set this up. Basically, you can just come in here and do this. So anyway, I'll close that, and we'll take a look at the rest of the system. So as I mentioned, the related information is here, but you can also click around the top. So for example, if I want to see a list of my opportunities, I can open up this pipeline view here. So these are all my opportunities by what stage they're at. So I have, there's only one at demo stage, there's 3 here in the proposal stage, and then there's a bunch in negotiation as well. And by the way, you can see these by sales rep or for the whole company, and you can even have a quota and compare it to quota and everything. But it usually kind of starts out with leads and populating the system, right? So So a lot of times, a lot of companies want to charge like tens of thousands of dollars for importing data, and you can um, you can like go, if you go with Salesforce, that's what they'll want, but you can just go into the accounts here and, for example, import your data. So if I do tools, import, so this is how you typically get started, right? And you can import directly from Salesforce. I actually like, or if you have QuickBooks, I would recommend importing from QuickBooks first, and then you probably want to put your stuff in a CSV and import it that way, because it gives you a chance to correct things if need be. So you can import your accounts, contacts, leads, and probably your products would be a good idea. But then remember, as you're using iCRM from your email client, you can also create leads and contacts right from your email client. So I just clicked on leads, and it usually starts here. You would create a new lead, and I'll just click on this Mark Smith lead here. And this is like a pipeline view of leads. So where your leads are at is shown in a graphical fashion, but you can see anything in a, for example, if I just click on all leads, it just shows it in a list. If I open up one of these leads, you'll see you can put like a name and an address and all that in here. And then what you can do is you can go into this related area, see any related items, but maybe you're going to give them a phone call, so you can go into this the related activities here. Maybe you make a phone call, you can click to dial from here, but then you can say, oh, I called them, and I discussed ... right? So you can fill it all out, and so it's there for you. Obviously, your email messages are getting kind of put in here automatically. You can see that saved, and maybe I want to call this person back next week. So I can set a follow-up by clicking on the little phone icon here, right? Or I can edit, there's an existing one here, and I can just say, I want to ask for the order next Wednesday. I save that, and now it will send an email message to me. It also shows my follow-ups on the dashboard, and even inside of Gmail, if that's what you're using. So you can see everything you need to do right from everywhere. Okay, so that's like how you do your day-to-day stuff. And then what will happen at some point is you'll want to create an opportunity for this lead. And there's a few existing opportunities. I can open one up, and you can see here, you can just put in what the value of the opportunity is, or you can build it up by adding line items to it, right? So this person's interested in 10 iCRMs, and so on. So it builds up the opportunity, and then if I throw it in edit mode, you can move it along, and you can set these statuses yourself and move it to different statuses. And eventually, you can even send a quote off this. So if I click send quote, it actually pops up a PDF quote I can send right out of here, or I can just attach it to an email message. This quote's completely configurable for you. And we'll set that up. And then at some point, the opportunity will get either marked won or lost, right? And if it's won, it'll actually save this. It'll move the lead. Usually leads are people that haven't purchased from you yet. It'll move that into accounts and contacts. It'll ask you if you want to. And then if you do use QuickBooks Online, it'll actually upload an invoice. And if it's a new customer, it'll upload a new customer into QuickBooks Online as well. So that's like the basics of how to kind of use iCRM for your sales process. It is similar to products like Salesforce.com. It's just a little easier, easy to configure. You can configure everything and so on. I didn't explore like this side area much, but basically you can see here, I can click here to see my favorites and pin, or like if I want to keep my favorites on the side, I can do that. These are the views. You can either click this drop down to see the views, or you can pin it to the side. And then you can do the same thing with your follow-ups. So your follow-ups are always there on the side. So I can see, oh, I need to follow up with Adam Jotley, and I can just click on that follow-up, brings me to Adam. I can click to dial this phone number, In my case, I use an iPhone, so it'll actually dial through FaceTime on my iPhone. And then there's reports as well. So let me go into opportunities, and I'll do like a buy sales stage report. So I click on the report, it brings up a list. You can have graphs and charts, and both. It's super easy to edit. You can see this. These are the fields like opportunity name, account. If I edit this report, here's the fields on the report. I can change the order of the fields by just dragging here, right? Or I can add a new field to the report by clicking here. So one more thing I'll point out before I go back to the slide deck, the reports are super robust, and there's both reports and views, right? And the difference between a report and from a view is the view is what you see on the screen, and the report as you're navigating the system, and the report is something you run and can export to Excel or PDF or whatever, and it has totals and graphs and charts and things on it. So you can get a bit more out of the reports than the views, but they're both super handy. Go back here. So there's other modules in here as well. There's a case module where you can log trouble tickets, and by the way, you can log a trouble ticket right out of an email message. So if you get an email message from someone, you can just inside of Outlook or Gmail create a new ticket, and it'll copy the question from the ticket into the trouble ticket. There's products where you would put your products or import them from QuickBooks. There's activities. That's kind of the catch-all for phone calls and emails and all that. There's a library where you can store attachments and things, or links to attachments if you're using Google Drive or OneDrive or something. And there's a call report feature too. So if you want people to log call reports every time they visit someone, there's also custom modules, and soon we're going to have a projects thing too. So so there's quite a lot in here. Most people really only use like accounts, contacts, leads, and opportunities. And activities, of course, to log things, and that's it. So if you can do it that simple, then it'll be a lot easier for your users to use the CRM, obviously. So I am going to pop back really quick to my deck. Let's go. Oops, sorry. Window, give me just 1 second. All right, so we were here at the live demo, and let's go through some more slides. So any questions you have, please ask. Someone's asking for pricing, so here's the pricing slide. Very, very timely question. Again, we offered like 2 types of products. One is the connectors, and that's for either Salesforce or Dynamics or other CRMs. And the list price for that is $14.95 per user per month, and it's $12.95 if you buy annually. And then iCRM for Gmail and Outlook, price is $34.95 per user on a monthly contract, or $30 per user per month on an annual contract. If you do have more than 50 users, there's volume discounts and things. And as I mentioned, it includes everything at that one price. We don't try to upsell you. So getting back to this, when I say it includes everything, I really mean it. We help you import your data. We'll help you set it up. And that's at one price, and that's the only cost for iCRM. We're coming out with a LinkedIn tool soon, whereby you can go to any LinkedIn profile and it'll save that person, including their email address, in iCRM. That also will be included. That'll be a third product line, and we'll actually, with respect to Salesforce, you'll have to pay for it. We won't obviously give it away for the Salesforce customers. So some questions. There's one question about how to install it in Outlook. So I'll cover that real quick. So the easiest way to get iCRM from Outlook is to just click on this Get Add-ins, and then type iCRM, right? And there it is. And then you can install it. Mine's already installed from here, right? And then I might as well cover it. Let's go to Gmail real quick. So in Gmail, if you want to add it, you just click on Get Add-ons, right? And you can click iCRM. And this is it, iCRM for GC. You can see it has loads of great reviews, and there's 64, almost 65,000 people using it right now. So you're not alone. So that's how you install it. Any other questions? Okay, well, I think that's it. If you have further questions, just email sales@ienterprises.com. Again, my name's John Carini. You can reach me at sales@ienterprises.com. That's my phone number as well. We'd love to work with you. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and thank you for attending this webinar.